tell by the title, today I'm doing a video on my top weight loss tips. Now some of these you're gonna know already, maybe all of them, who knows. This is the more basic, common sense things that will get you to lose weight. Next I'm gonna do a video on my weight loss secrets. Those are some things that are less commonly known and some things that personally worked for me. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm Shannon Lee, aka The Veggie Nut, and I lost 90 pounds. I came from 225 pounds and now I'm 135. For reference, I'm 5'8". I get asked that question a lot. And for more information, click the description down below. Now let's get right into these weight loss tips. Don't drink your calories. So many times people are consuming so many more calories than they realize from just beverages, whether it be soda, iced tea, juice, those fancy Starbucks drinks. If you could eliminate that alone, if you're somebody who consumes that, you will lose weight just from cutting that out alone. Now I'm gonna recommend drinking water, but I know that that's boring, right? Going from soda to water, who wants to do that? So instead, try drinking a natural flavored, unsweetened seltzer, the sparkling waters, and they're really good. You still have the carbonation of a soda and it has a nice flavor, 0 calories and no chemicals or anything. And instead of regular water, try having some lemon water with some stevia, or you could put some fruit, like some frozen or fresh fruit, in some water and it'll give it more flavor and make it more exciting than just plain water. Track your calories. The fact is, it's calories in, calories out, with the exception of a little wiggle room here and there when you have more vegetables and high fiber foods because things push out of you sooner, but it is calories in, calories out. So if you're eating, no matter if it's something really healthy, if you're overeating and eating too many calories, then what I recommend doing is going into a site, it's free, Cronometer.com, and just plug in what you're eating for a few days. Don't go crazy. I'm not saying that you have to count your calories forever, just for a few days, because you might be eating more than you even imagined. You might be having like double the calories that you thought you were having. You think you're doing good and you're just like totally overeating. Or maybe it's the opposite and you're not really getting enough and you're missing some, you know, essential vitamins and nutrients. That will also let you know. So I really recommend Cronometer. Then you could adjust once you get a routine and you get an idea of what you should be eating, then you don't have to track your calories anymore. Now, I know that there's different kinds of processed foods. Some are more highly processed than others. I'm not saying something minimally processed that you have to avoid, like things like tempeh and tofu. They're minimally processed, but they're still healthy. And I'm not saying that even a higher processed food, like a snack you want to treat yourself that you can't ever have, you can still have it, but definitely have it in moderation and always reach for a whole food over a processed food. Do some form of exercise. I know, exercise, no fun. Who wants to do exercise? Nobody likes it. Well, there are some people who claim to love exercise, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm buying that. But if you're like me and you're somebody that doesn't like exercise, then the good news is it is healthy for you, and that's why you should do it, but it's really doesn't play that big of a role in weight loss. In reality, what you put in your mouth and what you eat plays a much bigger role in weight loss. But we should all exercise anyway because it's good for you. It does help burn calories, and more importantly, it's good for your health. You don't have to do anything crazy, just do some kind of light exercise, just move your body, do something that you like, whether maybe you don't like typical exercise but you like dancing, or for me, I just like walking. Walking, I like it, I like walking the dog, I like going for hikes. That's what I like. I do some light free weights, I do some rebounding, and that's it. I don't really go crazy with exercising, and honestly, I don't do it as much as I should. But do as I say, don't do as I do. Eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. Sounds easy enough, right? Well, for many of us, it's not, and I'll admit it, it's not that easy for me either. That's why I choose to eat things like a big bowl of veggies, because I tend to overeat. I like to eat. Your girl like to eat, okay? I tend to want to eat more. My eyes are bigger than my stomach, and sometimes I feel like I'll just finish this plate. A lot of people were brought up taught that, you know, you should finish everything that's on your plate, and that's a good thing, right? And if you don't, that's frowned upon. Well, now you gotta kind of switch your mentality into thinking it's okay if I leave this on my plate, that's doing my body some good, or just even better, make smaller plates, buy smaller plates, so you can fill it up, you still feel like you're getting a lot. And of course, I'm not telling you to starve yourself. No, I'm telling you to eat until you're full and then stopping, because a lot of people just overdo it and they'll be stuffed and totally had enough, they're content, but they just keep going and going and going just because it tastes good. And what goes hand in hand with this is snacking, doing unnecessary snacking out of boredom, not because you're hungry, but just because something's there and it tastes good, or you feel like something sweet or salty. And when this happens, you should say, am I hungry? And if the answer is no, then don't eat it. And if the answer is I don't know, then think, would I want, say, a bowl of broccoli right now? Or would I want an apple? And again, if the answer is no, then you probably don't need that snack. Unless the snack is some fruits or vegetables, then that's a different story. But in general, the less snacking you do, the better, not only because you're consuming less calories, but every time you eat anything, you're raising your insulin, and then that causes problems with weight gain or weight loss. So just try to cut back on the snacking. Cut out fast food and skip eating out in general. Cook at home so you know what's going into it. Because even if you go out and you're ordering something healthy on the menu, there are probably more calories and other ingredients than you think are in there. They're in there. So just skip eating out and cook at home. That way you can control what you're putting into your food. Eat for health. Now, what do I mean by this? I mean, don't just obsess about calories. Don't look at a package and say, oh, this has 70 calories, but it's absolute garbage, but all you care about is the calories. When over here, you could have something like an apple that has slightly more calories, but is much better for you, offers you vitamins and fiber, and you go with the healthier thing. Forget about calories. You should change your mindset to look at something and say, is this good for me? What does this offer me nutritionally? You know, is this healthy for me? Will this fuel my body? That's what you should change your mindset to, and then that will make weight loss a lot easier. And a big part of losing weight is you should do it for health, to be healthy. So if you could change that and start thinking about, is this healthy? Weight loss will just follow. Cut back your sodium intake. A lot of people don't realize that this is a big deal. I don't think that many people even think to really check the sodium. I think they go for the calories, fat, and maybe sugar, but they don't really go for the sodium. And sodium actually plays a big part in health risks and weight gain or trouble losing weight. It could make you bloated, hold on to water weight, and it could give you a hard time losing weight, and it also makes you swollen. I know for me now, because I cut back on my sodium, I buy everything salt-free or low sodium. I don't cook with salt, and it makes a really big difference. And now when I do have something higher in sodium, I feel it, my rings get tight, and I just don't feel my best. So it just shows what it could do for your body. It's just, you don't need all that salt. And if you're somebody that really likes the taste of salt, your taste buds will adjust. They just need time. And if you really love salt, instead of cooking with salt, like putting it in, say you're making a pot of soup, instead of putting salt in there, then just sprinkle a little bit on the finished product, because that's really what you're gonna taste most. And if you're cooking with things like vegetable broth, always go for like the low sodium vegetable broth. Everything has way too much salt than you'll even taste. It's just unnecessary. Now, after talking about salt, what comes next? Sugar. Yes, sugar. Cut back on your sugar intake. I'm not saying again that you have to totally take it out of your diet. You know, you don't have to be perfect with that. You could have some sweets that you enjoy here and there, and you could have a little sugar throughout the day, but try to keep it natural sugar when you can. Try to, you know, consume your sugar in things like fruit. Sugar is just one of those things, it's just not great for you. So, you know, try to cut back on it. It's not great for weight loss or inflammation. It's not good for your body. So just try to cut back. Eliminate or cut out as much as possible oil, all oils. Now I know you're saying no sugar, no salt, no oil. What fun are you, Shannon? I know. But I promise you, you will get used to this and it really won't be a big deal. You'll start cooking and you'll say, why did I ever add oil? And I'm sure you probably right now add oil to things like stir fries and when you're cooking things like pasta or whatever. But try sauteing your stir fry, anything you're making, veggies. Try frying a food with just some low sodium vegetable broth or water, and it does the trick. You actually don't need oil. Plus, it doesn't really have much of a taste. It just has a greasy texture. Why cut out oil? Because it's just empty calories. It really offers very little to no nutritional value. You're better off, you wanna go for the whole food. So instead of olive oil, eat olives. They actually offer you some nutrition and they're delicious. So you just want, even things, I know people say olive oil is healthy. It's not, it's just so much calories you're just pouring on food. Oil is kind of like I said with the empty calories, you know, instead of consuming all those calories and things like soda, that's what you're doing with the oil. So cut out the oil. Water. Drink water. This is something that everybody knows, but for some reason not everybody does it. A lot of people say they don't like water, you know, or they don't feel like drinking it, but water is definitely a big part of weight loss and it is just overall good for you. You need to drink water and you'll find that if you aren't drinking water, you're going to be more hungry. Sometimes you're confusing hunger for thirst. So if you think that you're hungry, first drink some water, and as always, just drink water throughout the day. Stress. Stress plays a big role with our bodies and weight loss, and I'm going to tell you to cut out stress. And I know that this is kind of hard to impossible to some people. Some people, you know, get stress at their jobs and they just can't get up and leave their job. They can't quit their job. So I know in certain situations it's impossible to avoid, but just try your best. Certain things and stressors in life that you can cut out, like, I know this is going to sound horrible, but if there's certain friends or family members that give you stress, I mean, then try to cut them out as much as possible or minimize the visits, you know, and same goes with anything. If you know that doing a certain thing gives you stress, try to do it differently or not do it altogether. I know that this is kind of hard to impossible in certain situations. That's why I'm telling you to use your own discretion, and you know what in life is stress that you could cut out and what you can't. Cut out the things that you can. Sleep. Sleep is even more important than stress, in my opinion. I think that if you're not getting a full night of sleep, what's a full night? I say 8. So if you're not getting a full 8 hours of sleep, then this could be the reason why you're not losing weight. Sleep plays a huge factor in losing weight, and if you're not doing it, find a way to do it. Again, it's like stress. You might say, I have insomnia, or I just don't have enough hours in the day to sleep. Try to make it, and if you have insomnia and you can't sleep a full night, it just is impossible, then try to nap during the day. Try something, because it's not only great for your health, but it's also important in weight loss, and that could be slowing your weight loss down. Last but not least, I saved this for last because it's the most important in my opinion. Because what did I say? The most important thing for weight loss is what you put in your mouth. And I've told you what not to put in your mouth, right? But I have not told you what to put in your mouth.
That sounded naughty.
And that should be whole plant foods. Mainly. Eating a whole food plant-based diet is very beneficial for weight loss and overall health. It's a very healthy diet. I'll leave some resources down below because I don't want to make this video really long telling you lots of information on it. So check that out again down below. If you just switch from a standard American diet or whatever diet you're currently on to a whole food plant-based diet, you should have success pretty much right away. Now I know that there's a whole bunch of different kinds of whole plant foods, so you might be wondering, you know, is there certain foods I should eat more of? Well, you could eat a variety of whole plant foods, but I would recommend, and what works best for me, is incorporate in mostly a lot of vegetables, leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables, and things like beans, lentils, and some tempeh, tofu, and nuts, seeds, berries, and a lot of nutritious foods that offer you a lot of nutrition and fiber. Fiber is important for not only weight loss, but everything. Fiber is good. So add more fiber to your diet. When you're going to have a meal, you have a plate, fill it up with a lot of veggies. Add more broccoli onto that plate, pile it on, eat a big salad. You'll feel good, you'll lose weight. Make a veggie stir fry and skip the oil, like I said. Add some low sodium vegetable broth or water. Just cook a bunch of veggies down in a pot. Add a little hot sauce on top, some nutritional yeast. What's nutritional yeast? You don't know? Go look into it. It's delicious. And in the colder months, make a big pot of soup, a big pot of vegetable soup, beans, lentils, veggies, and you've got many meals for the week. You're set. Eating a plant-based diet might seem like something foreign to you if you're coming from a standard American diet, but it's really not. Once you get in a routine of it, you'll feel great and it'll become second nature. It's just you have to readjust, and when you're at the store, just buy this instead of this, and you don't have to be perfect. You can still indulge. I still have vegan junk food like on the weekends, so I still have vegan nachos and some vegan ice cream and stuff like that. I'm vegan for more than health reasons. I'm vegan for ethical reasons, and I'll leave some information down below for that, but I'm vegan for ethical reasons, and I eat a whole plant-based diet for health reasons. So that was everything. That was my top weight loss tips. Sorry if you already knew everything, but if you did, stay tuned for my top weight loss secrets video. You might learn something new there. And if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe for more videos, share with a friend. Don't have any friends? Share with a stranger. Just share it. Share the video. And I'll see you next time. Bye.